Akko is back with another budget line of switches. This is the Akko Jelly Starfish switches, a linear switch that you can get for $12 for 45 pieces. So how do they sound and feel? Let's find out. What is going, guys? Ox here and welcome back to my channel. We are finally back with another Switch review. I know it's been a while, and today we'll be taking a look and listen to the Akko Jelly Starfish. A quick disclaimer, the switches were sent for a review, but I wasn't paid to make the video, so of course, I'll give you guys my unbiased and honest opinion about the Jelly Starfish switches. So, in today's video, we'll be doing the usual stock versus Lube Soundtest and taking a look at the materials of the switch. And of course, if you want to hear my thoughts and opinion about the Starfish, please stick around at the end of the Soundtest. We will be using, of course, my Vega 65 with a PCB to plate foam and one case foam. The keycaps would be a Geek Arc PBT. The switches was lubed with a Krydox 205 grade 0 and 105 grade 0 on the springs. So, with that out of the way, please do enjoy the Soundtest. So that was the sound test for the Akko Jelly Starfish. Let me know what you think about them on the comment section down below. Would love to have a discussion with you guys, and of course, before we talk about my opinion and thoughts about them, let's go ahead and break down the materials that was used on the switch. So as you can see, these are still a 3-pin switch and is using a box top style with a kale style housing, so keep that in mind. Now we have polycarbonate for the top housing. Polycarbonate was also used for the bottom housing. And of course, we have palm for the stem. Lastly, the springs, which are a 2-stage springs with a 50-gram actuation force. Now also, here's a quick comparison on the previous springs on the CS switches. If you made it up to this point, I would like to say thank you, and now let's talk about my thoughts and opinion on the Akko Jelly Starfish switches. But let me give you guys a quick disclaimer. The sound and experience may vary depending on your keyboard build. Again, I'm using my Vega 65 with a polycarbonate plate, PCB to plate foam, and 1 case foam. The keycaps are Geek Arc PBT, and the switches was Lube with a Krydox 205 grade 0 and 105 grade 0s on the spring. So let's finally talk about my thoughts and opinion on the Akko Jelly Starfish. First, let's go for the feel. This is actually my first time trying out 2-stage springs, and even though it has a light actuation force of 50 gram and 60 gram for the bottom out force, I really like the feeling that I'm getting. The typing feel on this is really nice and smooth. As the spring, it gives it more of that snappier return due to the 2-stage spring, and on stock, it's a bit sluggish at first. I can feel the crunch from the leaf and spring. Although there was no noticeable spring ping, it's still impressively smooth. I do prefer lubing the switches if you have time and of course extra budget for the lube, as it will definitely feel better and of course feel smoother. Now moving on for the sound. It's more on the clacky and high-pitched side, which you already know is my sound preference when it comes to switches. And I can honestly say that it sounds more solid than the previous CS switches that from Akko, like the Matcha Greens, the Rose Red, Radiant Red, and Vintage White. They already sound good out of the box. There was no scratchiness that you can hear, although for me on stock, it sounds a bit plasticky, right? Like it sounds raw. So if you have time and budget, of course, I still do prefer lubing them, as it will tone down and sound more smoother and subtle. So overall, do I recommend them? Well, honestly, I am actually impressed. Although there was a $2 price markup from the previous CS switches, I can say this is still worth it and a great upgrade from the CS switches. It's fairly smooth on stock, and considering there is a lesser stem wobble on these due to the box type compared to the CS switches, and they feel and sound more solid with the upgrades on the springs. But I still wish that they can offer them by packs of 10 in the future, and of course try making it 5-pin switches. But I can see that they are really targeting the beginners on the hobby. I just wish that they can continue this trend of offering somewhat a reasonable and affordable products for beginners. So yeah, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you liked the video. I have 4 more jelly switches to cover for you, and please make sure to like the video and comment down below on what you think about the switches and where should Akko improve. So all of Akko's link would be on the description down below. Again, thank you guys for sending this over, and also let's aim to get 50 likes for the video so that I can release the other switch reviews. So again, please leave a like and share if you want, and of course subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next sound test. Peace.